Better?
Stackhouse!
Thank you for the comment.
Wow.
We've been talking for like 10 minutes without any noise. Because he muted us while we went to the bathroom.
This wasn't lighting up?
It's our first day on the job, goddammit.
Stackhouse, I appreciate everything about you.
I imagine you smell nice too.
Console's nephew.
Do we have to go through everything we just did again?
This Raw is really long.
And it's still a little less painful than the actual Raw.
Well, we hope you didn't miss that. It was absolutely amazing.
Stackhouse.
Cheers. Thank you.
Fuck yes to Stackhouse.
They're gonna think for a second.
Yes. We're all
Yes!
in this one.
To Stackhouse, yeah.
This is like having this is the best night ever.
This is your first clink?
Stackhouse, we have a new producer. We're learning the ropes. I suppose the visual cues. We're gonna, I guess, rewind a little bit, and we'll never know what you said that set off Siri.
Oh, son of a bitch, right?
Yeah. So Stackhouse, the spot that's in all of our shows is Kevlar says something, and it makes my Siri pop off. He did it again, but we were muted. So,
And I even said,
what? He said,
Mark the
this
spot.
spot. He wanted to know what he said that set off Siri, and now we will never know. We're going to back a little bit. I apologize. Hopefully you were not listening or trying to listen prior to that, so nobody missed anything. Renji, I hope you're back, dude. TP Poker, come on back. Stackhouse, we're glad you're here. Let's finish this up a little bit. We were talking about Firefly Funhouse, all right? So it was a great segment. Abby saying shit about being stuck in limbo. Bray saying he's not going to let her out of limbo. Then he does the spider walk into a...
Limbo.
Was that Bejeweled?
I was gonna put an emoji in the chat.
Oh.
I like to communicate with all fans.
All right.
Appreciate Stackhouse, and I don't think they would be seeing the chat.
He then refers to his dark side as the Fiend. Kevlar was saying he's not a fan of that because it makes him think of meth. I said I love meth. And Clump said that...
Like
No.
Plum said that his house is full of shit and methamphetamine helps me clean it.
He did say that his house was full of shit and turds and his meth helps him clean.
And producer would like us on meth.
Producer would prefer us on meth, yes.
And then we went over the recipe for meth, which...
You don't need that.
You
So
don't
anyways.
need that, man. You're better than that.
Some of you.
How did we get to that, to the AEW shit?
Oh, because then they went to the Raw part of Raw, which the lighting
The
was
Raw
on.
part of Raw. So I did make a note that Raw didn't go Raw until almost like 10:30. It was like a half an hour after the fact. And it was a little bit later. But, so we started talking a little bit about... the fucking Christ, dude. There's no way that wasn't picked up by the mic. God.
I was half expecting Jason Statham to be behind you.
Yeah.
He just-
Liam Neeson found your ass. I was thinking you'd collapse.
Feels so much better.
That's legitimately.
Yeah, now you all want to do it, right?
Oh my god. So I was saying this, watching Double or Nothing, watching WWE Raw, the Raw Hour, and the way the lighting is different and the way that everything's kind of portrayed visually reminded me, maybe not reminded me, but I felt like alluded to the lighting and setup of AEW in the sense that they were doing it first, but only like a week before, right? So it made me wonder if there's some sort of like
Collusion
almost. Like, are they in bed together? Like Vince Russo's been insinuating that he was saying if you don't believe WWE and AEW are in bed together, then you're the one truly being worked. I don't know that I would say that we're being worked either way so much as if they are in bed together, then awesome. We think that that's a good thing.
Work us.
Work us. Yeah, work each other, get each other's product both up to a high standard. But I will say there was a number of things on Double or Nothing and WWE that were a little too alike to feel like coincidence. Like I was saying, Triple H's throne was shown in the Triple H and RKO video prepping up for the match. And I didn't realize till seeing that just how identical it was to the one on Double or Nothing. I felt like I saw the same crack on kind of right below the Iron Cross. There's like a crack across it. I felt like I saw the same thing. Made me wonder almost like, are they sharing props? I don't know if they're really in collusion together, as it were, or whatever, if they're in bed together.
Like
but
Hillary
If you're saying
Clinton and the
collusion,
Russians.
I was about to say, I really think of like news.
Yeah, there's a lot of people partnering up for sure. So I don't know if
That sounds like a swingers party.
I don't know if I believe they are or not. I think if they are, it could be good for business. I think if they aren't, then they're really doing a poor job on each other's parts of not talking about each other. Because I don't remember it being quite this way at the beginning of the Monday Night Wars. It definitely got to that point, but I felt like early on they weren't really alluding to each other too much. Or maybe I'm like really talking myself out of
But like I
reality.
said-
Because they had the Huckster.
Like I
they
said,
had
when
Macho Man and Billionaire Ted.
when I was muted, thanks.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Seth this past week to come out, excuse me, and almost give a "What up, Moxley? We see you" type of thing, and what was the Shield thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa. I almost clumped myself.
security.
Whoa.
I'm a verb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you know what
put
I mean?
a
Like,
little-
hey, Moxley, we see you, as he's walking out to the
Or
ring.
Mox.
Yeah.
What up, Mox, or something.
Yeah,
or-
something. And I don't know. It feels like it's on the cusp of that.
It does feel really close to that. And if they are all working together, then I think we could really see some fucking magic, really.
Yeah.
If you put those two groups together and
They're not working with each other, but helping
Yeah.
each other out.
if they're helping each other
Put-
out against each
Push
other.
the product up. Don't try and tear the product down.
I thought that Dustin Rhodes, in his Inside the Ropes interview he did at StarCast, he talked a little bit about the competition between the companies being what it was, but he was saying, like, I thought he put it best, was saying competition, even a little bit of competition, even if it's not like career or companies threatening competition, that it forces you, even if you don't want it to look at yourself a little bit. And he goes, if we can get even WWE to look at itself a little bit and readjust and reevaluate, then it's good for everyone. And I agree with that entirely, that if AEW is never really an honest threat to WWE, that doesn't give WWE the free pass to not consider what it's doing and not try to be better.
Or what it's capable of.
Or what it's capable of.
Because WWE needs somebody to push them up. Because they need healthy competition.
They didn't win
WCW...
because they're awful. They didn't win because they're stupid.
Exactly. And WCW was there and pushed the product higher.
Yeah.
And lately, and was it TP said it, we have AEW come out, hey, this is us, and then WWE lays out this fucking turd.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a second, you guys are, you're supposed to, push each other higher.
Yeah.
Not necessarily by choice, but you're trying to
Bring out the
outdo
best
each other.
person
Yeah,
level.
exactly.
No.
And I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, to me, WWE fucked up big time. It almost made me question a fan of wrestling.
Yeah.
Like I told
Why
you.
not like wrestling? Was an honest
Because
feeling.
I sat through Raw and I was sitting there and I was like, am I over wrestling? Is this it? Is this the end? And I was like,
Dude, you just deleted my note.
what's wrong? Sorry. Got magic fingers.
Shit, I am contagious.
You know, he fucked
Sure,
up
it's
everything.
Oh, no, I found it. I don't know what you did.
But, with WCW and WWF going at each other, they were at the pinnacle and each of them were trying to get the higher edge, and it made for great TV. all around.
And you know what people say is they talk about how it brought out the best in Vince. But I almost wonder if it didn't necessarily bring out the best in Vince we saw. Maybe the best in Vince was him trusting the best in his wrestlers. Because that was the time when he pulled back.
Well, you had to rely on your talent.
He heavily relied on his talent then. He pulled back a lot. Instead of taking so much control, he told Austin, do what you do. He let Triple H get off script. He told The Rock, be you.
He trusted them.
He trusted them and allowed them to become who they were based on them. And I wonder if that's what we're really missing, is not that Vince is ruining it, but Vince has locked it down again, and something has to get Vince to the point again of saying, it's in the hands of the guys. These people love it just as much as you did, and they won't let it fail. They can't. They need this. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's the problem, is that I don't think nowadays they have the talent. Jesus Christ, this is bad.
Crown Royal sponsorship.
Well, I know how I'm getting home.
By driving me home?
Motherfucker.
Yeah, going north.
But
Give me that.
you know, they don't.
It's nicer when you're drunk, just so you know.
He hasn't hit an angry drunk yet.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It comes back around.
Oh, no.
Wait till the cameras are off. Damn it, boy. Anyway, we don't have the the push up.
We don't.
And I don't think Vince has faith in his talent to carry a show by itself. You can't say, "Hey, Roman, go out there and speak." Get this point across. Go.
Yeah.
Because all he's gonna say is, "Believe that I'm gonna Superman punch you."
Yeah.
Or he's going to get some really bad,
Even
obviously written promo.
Yeah, and even with Seth, there's only a few, and even as bad as Dolph's last few promos, Dolph can deliver that message.
They weren't bad. They were just over. They were too
They
much.
were
just
too
much.
dramatized.
But the words were good.
Yeah.
The words were there. But he almost like he had an acting coach.
Yeah, he tried to push it.
He tried to push it too
Yeah.
far. I'll say this too. Stackhouse says he thinks people might be jumping the gun with the whole war thing, and AEW has a lot to do before WWE has to worry. And we agree on whole, I believe.
Yes, 100%.
The AEW is not a threat. They are not really competition as of this point. They do want it, or they wouldn't have put on the fucking show that they did. But the important thing is that it may not be a war, but it doesn't mean that WWE doesn't have to take the mirror out and take a good hard look at itself and say, if there is an alternative, albeit they had to do that with ROH, they had to do it with the Impact, they had to do it with the MLW. They've always had to look at that and say, are we better than them? And they've always had the quick answer of, well, shit, we're better than them. Now they got a new one to look at and say, well, shit, something like Cody and Dusty is something better we haven't put on in a long time. It's just making them have to look at that a little bit deeper, I think. Not that they're a war competition, but they're going to be forced to look at themselves, and as WWE fans that we are, we really want them to look at themselves and step it up. But as big of wrestling fans as we are, we're really excited to see AEW try to step it up as well.
No, I want AEW to step it up, and like I think it was TP that said, this is the bad thing, is that this past Raw was their response to what AEW put out.
Yeah.
And it was absolute garbage. The first hour and a half was nothing.
Yeah.
It was bad promos, Brock going out there, doing his thing, and I was cool with it. But everything outside of that was just flat.
Yeah.
And it was like, wait, this is your response? This is your, hit back, comeback punch?
Well, I will say that we ended up with the Sami Zayn electric chair spot, which didn't make any fucking sense.
Which led into a match with Seth that didn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. It was interesting because he was all taking questions about honesty, and he was deflecting all the questions. Corey kept trying to push things along, but he wasn't answering any of the questions. Let me answer your question with a question. Or why would you ask me that question? And then it was moving on.
Are you related?
The best part of that was the little girl.
The little girl was badass.
Yeah, it was a duh.
Yeah,
That's
duh.
why I said that.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you referring to Becky? Duh.
Duh.
then
Why else would I say that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then the thing that sucked too was that WWE's camera caught it where she was trying to say something else.
Yeah.
And
Kylie just.
yeah, she pulls the mic back and it was like, damn, the one highlight from that
Yeah.
you guys took away again. And because, you know, who knows what she would have said.
Yeah. Who knows?
Justin Bieber's the best. Yay.
Yeah. But then all of a sudden,
That's what I
Sami
would've
Zayn
said,
says,
eh?
"You guys could have asked me
No, you
about
said
anything."
way worse.
No.
Carster's penis.
So Sami Zayn then just blurts out, "You guys could have asked me about anything. You could have asked me about AEW," and he goes, and then Corey's all like, "Sammy," and starts asking something else and bringing it along. Crowd gets a little bit into an AEW chant. Corey starts to talk over it. Sammy's trying to talk over it, and then Seth's music plays.
And then Renee says, it's about time.
Yeah.
You know, it's about time he came out type of thing. And I was like,
Yeah.
really? Because that's what eggs him on?
Yeah, it was really weird. Well, because there was the whole Sammy, why didn't you go for the Universal title? I could take it whenever I want kind of business. So Seth comes out, throws the belt or the chair out of the ring. Someone said that they got like a real electric chair, but it looked to me when he threw it out like it was a desk chair that was done up to look like an electric chair.
Their electric chairs are really heavy, overbuilt thing.
Yeah, they're crazy, and
Yeah.
there's a
A
lot of
lot
stuff
of
going on
metal
with it.
that
Yeah, and I
straps you down.
could have sworn when it hit that the feet of it were like.
Everything went like that.
Yeah. So I don't think that they had an electric chair.
But the thing that got me about the electric chair thing real quick is they didn't mention it until like the second hour.
yeah.
You know, the first ever electric chair. And it was like, wait, what?
We're losing. What do we do?
I thought it was, what was it, Fall Brawl, WCW, where Abdullah the Butcher's in the electric chair, and I was like, oh shit, we're doing this again? Why? Who's in it?
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
The questions were kind of funny, but I didn't think that Sammy answered them well. But the shout out to AEW was a little bit weird. It made me wonder if WWE is trying to get a temperature on their fans. Do our fans really care? Do our fans not care? It made me wonder if it was intentional or not. There's a lot of rumors back and forth from all of the accredited sources. A lot of back and forth seems to be there.
Dave Meltzer.
It seems to be like, the Meltzers are saying that, they obviously knew, but then you got the
Brian
other
Alvarez said
saying that
they don't.
They don't, yeah. So you get like the big guys saying yes and the big guys saying no, and everyone's got the inside information. They all seem to be conflicting. What that tells me is that no one seems to really know if it was supposed to happen. So we won't know until Sammy's either punished or not. And even then, what if they just lean into it? I just don't know.
His corpse is found in a river.
They did make someone made a comment of if they were
Greenwich,
to proceed,
Connecticut.
if they were to proceed with an electric chair spot, that they would
Lipstick.
need to have planted questions at that point, because now you've just told the audience they can ask about AEW. There's no way that they won't moving forward unless you.
Well, and that's the thing too, is that every time they do these Q&As with the fans, it's gone horrible. And even the last fan was like, hey, I wanted to ask, wait, what was I supposed to say?
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Got that Universal title?
Yeah, exactly. Why haven't you won the Universal Championship ever since you came back? And I was like, wait, that's what they're telling you to say. And, and don't get me wrong.
Weird,
you can't ask fans or bystanders to deliver, but at the same time, you don't put them in that spot.
Yeah.
And to me, that was, that was mind-blowing.
It was a little glaring, I will say. Then afterwards, we ended up with a Seth and Sammy match, was great. Absolutely great.
It was great.
They did clearly say Revolution knee. I got no complaints with the match at all. Matter of fact, I think Sammy took the stomps better than anyone in the history of WWE.
Oh, when he snuck in and then bang.
He slid in, got one, laid down, and then
regained his composure, kind
sorts of like, I'm trying to get back up, and then catches another one, and then then Seth gets the pin. That was the most natural looking stomps ever. Every other one's looked so fucking choreographed.
Yeah.
It's been like every time you're like, oh, well, here's the kick and here's the stomp. This one where it's like, oh shit! It was the only surprising stomps we've gotten. In
the revolutionary stomps.
Yeah, the revolutionary for sure. I will say this: is it's getting a little late. We still got Smackdown to get through. Was there
We
all
spent
that
more
much?
time on Raw than Raw's been on the air.
That's
Yeah.
true.
But we've had a lot of fun.
That's not true. We talked a lot about AEW and stuff. Yeah. We did talk a lot about AEW. I do think that we're going to try and figure out a day coming up that we can really hit it.
Either Friday or Saturday, I think we're going to do it. But I think SmackDown, I think we can run through it real quick.
I think we can run through it fast. There's the KO promo. The only thing I put about the KO promo at the beginning was that Phillips actually talked over KO during part of that promo. He goes, "Can we get to the match already?"
Yeah.
But your talent is in the middle of a promo, and that's their job.
Shut up and let them speak.
Yeah, that was upsetting from an announcer perspective. Like, stop. Don't interrupt the talent.
Yeah.
Kofi comes out, cuts a really good promo. He was not interrupted, which is interesting from a commentator who was just looking to
get the match started.
Yeah, exactly how I felt about that. Do you want the match started or not? Yeah. No, yes, no. Right.
Oh, you're good now.
Yeah. Oh, now you're fine. And he could have waited till there was a pause. Unless KO never paused, then you just don't fucking say it. And so you end up with a KO versus Kofi match right off the get-go. Really good. Kofi gets the win. Could have been a pay-per-view match. It was great.
Yeah, it was really good.
And
it just shined light on the turd Raw put out.
Yeah, that's true right away. So they got to an amazing pay-per-view style match right away where Raw took over half the show to get to any match at all.
And then they immediately say, Money in the Bank rematch.
Yeah.
It was like, quit saying that.
That's true.
But it was great. It was good. Made me enjoy wrestling.
Yeah.
Unlike Raw.
And then he started going for the shoes again. Which I remember thinking, like, is he doing a shoe thing again? But it didn't work from the last time.
And then he kicked
didn't
him.
mean anything last time.
Yeah.
Last time he got the shoes and didn't win. What does he want the shoes for now? Like, it was
He's
weird.
putting them on eBay. I'm telling you.
He's just trying to sell them. Let's see, after that, we got Shane with Elias and McIntyre talking to the back. We got a 24/7 spot with Truth sneaking behind Drake. Very Scooby-Doo.
That's all this is. It's Scooby-Doo Championship.
Yeah.
That'd be a way cooler name.
Yeah.
That would have been a good name. Then we get Rowan and Daniel Bryan coming out, cutting a really cool
with the same
promo.
fucking belts.
But how long did it take him to turn that belt into a wood belt? That
But no, it really didn't.
It took
him like 2 months.
But at the same time, they're still pushing the, hey, we're the planet's champions, tag team champions, this and that. Give us the fucking burlap sack.
Is that your alarm?
I thought it was a 7-second dance break.
What do you have to do right now? What do you have to do at 10?
No, I was really high last night, and I'm upgrading an alarm trying to set an alarm this morning. Edibles.
There's nothing around you that's not edible.
Hey.
Let's see. They cut a really good promo about being Planet's champions. Again, they don't have the right titles. I do agree that if the second they knew they were going to put the titles on them, they should have called whoever they called before.
Immediately.
We need this as fast as fuck. Stop all other belts. We need
especially because they're using the same exact gimmick.
Yeah.
The same exact lines from everything. Like,
yeah.
Give us the fucking burlap sack tag team champs.
Give us our burlap tag champs.
Also, the Whole Foods belt.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Heavy Machinery comes out and challenges them, and they accept, but then they say no to Oklahoma. And Daniel Bryan and Rowan go back. Heavy Machinery being really funny and goofy. It's another one of those comedy, do I like it, do I not? I mean, I like them. I think they're good. I just don't know if they're from like me entirely. They're great, but...
I like them other than the fact Tucker went to ASU.
Let's see, after that, Bayley gets ready for her match. So it just showed her working out for a little bit in the back. And then it went over to Mandy Rose, who was showing herself on the cover of the magazine, Her. And they were handing it to a bunch of people backstage, and then gave a whole bunch to Ember, which made her mad as she was reading her book, Jekyll and Hyde. So I wonder if they're building up to a Mandy Ember thing. They probably are, but I don't know where that's going to go. Neither of them have the title. And
it's interesting, though.
It is a little interesting.
Because they're, and I've told you this before, they're developing a women's mid-card. And I'm okay with that, you know.
They need it.
I forget.
Shit. The show was in Stackhouse's city last night. That was his city. Did you go, dude?
And where was our invitation?
Dude,
Stackhouse.
just sent us a selfie from Smackdown Live.
We would have showed up last night.
I'd have been there. It'd been easy.
He didn't drink all the booze.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It is really interesting to see where Ember and Mandy go from there, and Sonya. I think there's a lot of room there. He didn't go, but he met up with a couple of the boys after.
Nice.
Wait, like the boys? Send me a DM, dude. What the fuck?
Where's the invite? We would have gone to Oklahoma.
Let's see. Then it led into a match with Mandy versus Carmella. It wasn't bad. Mandy got the win. Lots of pushing in the magazine and her friendship with Sonya between the commentary and the stuff. I thought it was good, but it makes me wonder where is it going if they're really pushing their friendship. Something's got to snap or happen. They've either got to become tag champions or going for the Iconics, or
Sonya's got to flip because I'm sick of you getting all the attention.
Yeah, something's got to happen. Then we get another 24/7 spot, same Scooby-Doo shit. And then Aleister Black cuts a promo saying he's waiting for someone to pick a fight with the meat.
He just had a stroke. But yes, Aleister's wanting somebody to challenge him.
I'm lightheaded for that one.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Could you see how red I was?
He got very red.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, somebody has to challenge Aleister Black for nothing.
For nothing. And who the fuck are you, Aleister? Like, I get it. We all are big fans. We saw you did a thing. You had to come up with Ricochet. You guys are split, and now you're just waiting for someone to challenge you. Because who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Did he even hold the NXT championship?
Yeah.
Until he got injured?
But I wouldn't even mind the wild card and Ricochet and Aleister go.
Yep.
Hey, goddamn thing stuck to my shoe.
Yep.
Sock. Whatever.
That'll happen.
But I just don't get why he's all of a sudden top billing.
Yeah.
And hey, challenge me. This is where I'm at.
I'm being hunted, but Finn Balor is fine.
Yeah.
What? Like
that no one
Samoa
knows.
Joe, no one wants that title.
Yeah.
But me, everyone wants me. What?
Yeah.
I don't fucking get that. Pick a fight with
Wild card. Sorry.
after
If
that,
it's not
we
dick
cut
jokes. We're laughing about farts.
After that, we cut to a Shane promo. It's a cool video they show of Shane. I know it was supposed to be like a heel thing. We're supposed to say, fuck this guy and all the celebrations of his own self and all that. But it's a good video, and he had a good career. I liked it.
Oh, God.
24/7 came out again. Truth successfully defends the title against who?
Who?
Drake.
Please don't throw up. Actually, I'm
Good. I'm good, man. I'm good.
The Depends challenger.
Good.
The Depends challenger, Drake.
So yeah, he defends. So I really like the idea of the 24/7 title being defended successfully. Very cool. It hasn't happened. Finally, successfully defends it, and then Truth gets jumped and Elias pins him. Shane makes a tag match, and then suspends the 24/7 rules. That to me pissed me off.
Yeah.
I was like, it's the fucking
100%.
24/7 title.
100%.
You can't just say, well, but it's not 24/7 for now.
But I'm the son of the chairman,
Yeah.
so I'm going to stop it. I think you could have added so much more to the storyline, even the 24/7 belt, if people were trying to beat him up while he's ringside. Because then it looks Roman make him look like the victim that they always want him to be.
Plus
EC3's out there, power bombing Truth. I have no one to tag.
Or, I mean...
Go.
Yeah, well,
know.
because they gave the title to Elias. What if they just had, like, Drake coming out for Elias and he just powerbombed Drake through a table? Powerbomb fucking Kurt
Well, see,
Hawkins through a
I
table.
think they should have had Truth go into the tag team matchup as the champion. And then, like I said, Roman's the underdog. Roman's, by himself. Everyone's beating up Truth. Fine. But they didn't.
Yeah, no, they didn't. And that really could have actually solidified even Elias as a 24/7 champion
Mm-hmm.
if he was just power bombing people, killing all these like little weaklings while he was doing it. And it was
The
like,
mid card. Just run through the mid card.
just do it.
Yeah.
Make Elias
Yeah.
look like a badass after you just talked about how shitty he was.
Exactly. Make Elias, hey, we're suspending this. Or not even suspending it. But Elias is the champion. He power bombs EC3, power bombs,
Yeah.
you know,
Put EC3
the
through
club.
table. Put Drake into the fucking wall. Like,
Yeah.
do some stuff. But they didn't do that. It annoyed me. I don't know if it was like, I mean, I guess it was meant to annoy me, so maybe they won, but I don't know. I don't know how many visceral. I guess that's the whole thing, right? So guys like MJF, the whole idea is that they want visceral responses back. They want you to be annoyed because you're fucking annoyed, and not because like, oh, I boo the heel because he's the heel, and I like heels. I'm kind of a heel fan. Like, they're trying to. Some people are trying to bring like create that reality again. That whole like, we can make you really mad if we want to kind of a deal. I don't know if that's what they're doing here or not, but if they are, they got me on that little bit. But
yeah, well, I think but part of it's like MJF's a good heel, but I still like him because he's that good of a heel.
I don't like anything about him.
I feel like this is a conversation that's been had over the weekend because your producer's laughing.
Yeah. So the producer went to a live Taz show podcast. At my encouragement, because Taz is the fucking man. Do you listen to Taz podcast?
Nope. Okay, you need to start listening to Taz podcast.
Does anyone else listen to Taz podcast or is familiar with his water break?
Is it like a pee break?
He does a water break gimmick where he talks about it being the water break gimmick, water break Jones, he calls it, the H2O Jones. He starts drinking. You can just hear him drinking. He's like, oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good break right there. And he's just like, I'm just so parched. Like, it's so fucking funny and out of nowhere that you would think it would be absolutely stupid. And I laugh so hard that I have to like slow down while I'm driving. But when I met Taz, as you can see right behind Kevlar's head, as if you move your head this way, that right there is a water bottle from Caesar's Palace. Caesar Palace branded water bottle, signed H2O Jones, Taz. Here, go ahead and hand it to me from the top. Put this in the camera shot.
Producer.
Not at all. There we go. H2O Jones, Taz. He signed a water bottle for me because I made him laugh, saying that he asked me which of the two 8x10s did. You can put that up there.
I'm not going to touch it.
Smell it?
Again. No.
Um,
I'm going to drop it. You're going to get pissed off at me.
he had two different 8x10s and said, which one do you want me to sign? I was like, oh, the StarCast one. I was like, unless you're about to sign one of them water bottles for a nice water break gimmick. And he just started laughing. And he goes, that's good, man. He goes, that's funny. And then he goes and he starts signing the one. He's like, you know what? For you, I'm going to do that. And he goes, I'm going to sign that bottle right now. And he goes and does it. He starts signing it. And he's like, this is one of a kind, man. Don't be selling this. He's like, not even halfway done. He's like, don't be selling this on the internet. I was like, you can personalize it if you want to keep me from selling it. He's like, nah, man, I trust you. I don't need 2 minutes, but I trust you, man. And he starts signing it. But Taz is amazing. And Taz's guest this week, and that's what I was telling my producer, was that even when his guests are not people you like, or that I like his topics being what they were, about how topical it all is, but I said he's just a funny guy. She lived in New York for 6 years. She's gonna like people who are that New York. She walked out about 5 minutes into MJF and was all like, I don't care how good the rest of it was. I cannot stand fucking this fucking idiot and his gimmick. I was like, that's just him. That's him. She's like, I know he's like living his gimmick and shit. And I was like, I don't know that. I mean, everyone says he's an asshole, but I don't know. Either way, not a fan of him. No one's a fan of him here. And if you're a fan of him, then you're a fan of him, I guess.
That's fair.
Yeah. So then after that happens, for some reason they announced Lucha House Party against Lars Sullivan in a handicap match
At Super House Show.
at Super House Show. Like, what the fuck? Who wanted that? Who wanted that? Who?
Who? Come on. Who?
No one fucking wants to see that.
No.
What are you whispering? What's that? Saudi Arabia.
No, I don't think.
I don't think they wanted that. I don't think they even know who they are, based off their last appearance. So I have no idea why that match was made, but we have that match coming to us, so that's nice. Charlotte and Lacey then cut a mediocre promo, and Lacey was really off. She was making these really weird pauses. Like, she was okay, but she was like,
But I liked it. I liked the promo because they're drinking tea that Charlotte and Becky thing did. And I was like, all right, cool. She's got a new BFF. Fine.
Yeah.
You know, move on.
Kind of funny. I thought it was kind of funny. I thought it wasn't bad, but I thought that the verbiage was mediocre. Could have been better.
Yeah.
I felt like they both are capable of better. But I mean, you're not always going to hit home runs. So am I being too hard on them? Maybe I'm being too hard on them because of the whole the Raw was so bad and Double or Nothing really showed up. And as much as I do have complaints about Double or Nothing, do not fucking get me wrong. This is not a this is not an AEW circle jerk. And WWE sucks. This is not that kind of group. I definitely have complaints we're going to get to about Double or Nothing, but they definitely did show the fuck up. And WWE did not this week. So maybe I'm being hard on Lacey and Charlotte. That could be.
Maybe, but yeah, WWE, the turd they came up with.
It was not good. I will say that after that, we ended up with a Bayley and Lacey match. Always happy to see Bayley.
I thought it was pretty solid.
Pretty solid match. Charlotte
I think
was
Lacey,
on commentary.
I thought Lacey showed up pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I've got similar notes. Yeah, Lacey did a good job. She didn't fuck it up or nothing. Bayley did a good job.
Lady that you don't know.
Is she still watching? Is she tuned back in?
Yeah, she's watching.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's watching.
Cheers to sexy lady.
Sexy lady.
Oh, now with the water cup.
What's that?
We're about to play Peaches and Cream, like from last week.
Peaches and cream, know what I mean? As soon as you guys left, she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, not a problem. Hey, Siri, play Peaches and Cream.
Siri, come on! Yes, thank you.
Hey, Siri, crank it up.
7-second dance break.
Hey, Siri, fast forward 34 seconds.
Yeah, P. Diddy in the house. Enough for you. This is like TikTok. Cream.
Know what I mean?
Limousine. Blue limousines. Ice cream.
Peaches and cream. Hey Siri, stop.
It's a lot of personalities coming out right now. Fuck.
What are you talking about? This is Peaches and Cream. How many viewers did we lose?
About all of them. Thank you, Stackhouse, for staying around.
Stackhouse, you're the dude.
Producer loves Peaches and Cream now.
Let's see. Charlotte was on commentary during the Bayley and Lacey match, and that was good. I thought she did a really good job getting heat, and making it go back and forth. After we've heard people like the Iconics come out and just shit on commentary. See, we need to have more spots like that. More
7 seconds dance break.
7-second dance break. Although ours was more like probably a 20-second dance break because we forgot what part the song was supposed to be at.
You kept
I just guessed.
Peaches and Cream. Come on, sexy lady.
Let's see. Let's see. Charlotte hints about tagging with Lacey during the commentary, and then oh, she's disappointed you didn't even dance. You clump.
I have to fart really bad. I'm trying not to.
It's okay.
Just drop the mic.
It'll make the highlight show.
Whoop. Put the mic down there. If the mic picks it up, we're in a good spot.
Hold on. Let me catch my breath.
He's holding his breath. Now I get it. 7-second fart break. Squeeze it, dude. Sweep.
It's a bad idea. Oh, it's bad.
Dude. If Carmelo can have a dance break, Clump can have a fart break. Anybody can. Oh, there it was. We're going to have to check. Do we have like a timestamp?
No good.
We need a timestamp.
Wide left.
Yeah.
Producer said no good.
No good? Stop him doing it. Producer got to roll up that microphone. Spreading. Let's see. So during
That's
the
how
commentary,
he infects you.
that's how it gets you, dude.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Charlotte hints at tagging with Lacey. I'm saying that she's not a Grand Slam champion because she didn't get the tag titles, and that's bullshit. But fuck you, Charlotte. You're an idiot.
I'm glad the air kicked on.
I'm glad that they did call Bayley a Grand Slam
I'll
champion.
neutralize them.
Bayley then strikes Charlotte, then runs back into the ring. Lacey goes for a roll-up. Ref's distracted by Charlotte. Bayley reverses the roll-up into her own neat pin.
Yeah,
Gets
with
the
it
win.
when she laid on her legs.
Yeah, she goes, puts her legs, and then like kind of almost as a braid, kind of spider.
It was a Bailey wave.
It was like a Bailey wave.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it was really fluid and really good and
Sorry,
very
Asuka.
clever and really well done. And then Bailey got the win. And then Charlotte and Lacey had a bit of a brawl. Bailey was on the top of the ramp, kind of like, it looks like they're fighting. And I liked all of that. I liked that whole spot. I liked the whole all of it. Charlotte fights back and knocks out Lacey. So I guess they're building for a Lacey Charlotte thing, but I don't know why or what for, but
It was weird because I thought they were putting them together as a tag team, a force together. Then all of a sudden they turn on each other, and I was like, okay,
yeah, okay. I was
Yeah.
okay with it.
fine.
But I mean, Charlotte versus Lacey could be very good. It could be great for Lacey.
Yeah.
A lot of upside, as Jim Ross says to her.
Upper mid card.
Upper mid card. Even losing to Charlotte could still be a good spot. Or winning against Charlotte could be huge.
It'd be huge, yeah.
Could be huge, and really building that SmackDown division some. And then you can get a Bailey Lacey thing going. And
But the problem is one's on Raw and one's on SmackDown.
Lacey's on Raw.
Yeah.
Fucking wild card rule.
But yeah, that's the problem with it. Is that it's two separate entities.
It is. It is. Actually, that's a big problem.
Don't judge
But
us.
If Charlotte loses to Lacey, then it could potentially put some credibility back in the Raw division, because Raw's been so bad about their stuff. I don't even have it listed here, but Becky and Nikki, that was like
That was cool. I wanted to see them tag up like,
Yeah.
But
hey,
that was
Scotland,
like
Ireland,
the
let's do
second
this.
or third week in a row putting Becky in a tag match. She's your fucking champion. Why is she in tag matches?
I don't know. Becky and Nikki got me a little hard.
Right.
In
but
the
Becky
right
and
ways.
Bailey was also
Kids,
a
man.
pants tightening event, but it was what? No, but I'm saying that
Trick loves the kid.
that's a lot of matches of putting Becky in tag matches when she's your singles champion.
Yeah.
That's just it's more than anything, it's a sentiment to how poor the women's division has been built on Raw. You've
Yeah.
got Ember Moon. Wait, no, Ember Moon's on SmackDown now, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. You've got
No one's
Ruby.
on anything.
Ruby Riot's damaged. Sarah Logan's just sitting in the back. Like, who do you have on? You got Naomi, who's just sitting there chilling with Tamina. Start building them up so you can have Becky go against them. You know what I
Dana
mean?
Brooke, who
Dana Brooke.
disappeared.
Dana
That's the
Brooke,
one
fucking,
that's
that would be amazing. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Dana Brooke versus Becky?
Because you're kind of
Fuck yeah.
retarded.
I'm kind of retarded. Peaches and cream, know what I mean? Well, that's what we were going to do. We were going to get the Crown Peach and Crown Vanilla. Now we don't even have the opportunity.
Yeah.
We did it, or we did the thing. Let's see, after
It's
that,
in my gullet somewhere.
we got Andrade and Zelina cutting a promo, except we only see Zelina's forehead. They pretty much cut
She's
her out
really
of it.
short.
But they cut her the fuck out, and what the fuck is that?
Producers over there dancing to Peaches and Cream.
You know what I mean? Peaches and cream.
Post Malone, dude.
Dude, that's what I was like.
Fuck you, dude. When you like,
You need your Bud Light. Sorry.
After that, we ended up getting. I mean, the promo was good actually. Andrade talked pretty good English. He talked pretty clearly. It was none of this weird shit. I was really happy with him. Just a little bit. I mean, if I was Zelina, I'd be getting nervous for my spot.
Yeah, she's about to be out of her job.
She's got no one else to fucking cover for. And they just shot a whole promo of with your forehead in it. You weren't even. I don't mean this, but you weren't even pretty enough to just put in the frame. You know what I mean?
Unless she goes with her husband, Aleister Black.
And again, I don't mean it. I think Zelina is beautiful and talented and all that stuff, whatever.
Oh, producer's upset now.
Yeah. Producer's on top! Back out!
Jesus
But
Christ.
I'm saying they
Cut the
her-
cameras. It's over.
They cut her visually out. Think
Where'd
of
that
all
chair
of the shit promos they've put the woman in just because of their looks. Like Lana.
Yeah.
Lana wouldn't exist if she didn't look the way that she looked standing next to Rusev.
Producer's #1 fan.
Yeah. Lido asked if the average fan likes Brock Lesnar. I'll tell you this. I think the average fan likes Brock Lesnar more so than the avid fan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's still a spectacle to the fucker.
After this week, I like Brock a lot.
I agree to that.
I like silly Brock.
And Lido,
I think the average fan is probably your casual fan. I don't know that average fans anymore are consistent. You know what I mean? Maybe they are. Maybe, do you think the wrestling universe, do you think it's become avid wrestling fans, or do you think it's remained casual?
I think it's more
split than
casual.
ever.
Yeah,
think
I
it's
think
more
it's
what?
more casual.
I think it's split more. Because you don't have that many people who watch here and there consistently and aren't super into it. Like,
I feel like it's not good enough to not keep to keep casual fans.
I exactly, and I think the biggest tell is the Super Bowl halftime heat. Because I think that was bullshit. It was crap.
The match?
And well, no, the match was all right, but I don't think there was enough viewers
Oh, the viewers.
to
yeah.
be, hey, look at we're a force still.
Lido says that they think that Brock Lesnar is in the top 5 wrestlers of all time.
If he's willing to put on a match, yes,
I mean,
because he's a hell of a talent. He's a hell of an athlete. If he's willing to work, yes. Outside of that, the past year, no.
I would say with where he's at now, I could get that because what's been missing for him, for me, for the longest time is he doesn't fucking talk. And
He's
there's
not a
only
character.
there's only so long. It's like, cool, you're a big scary guy.
But then you got the
Yeah, I like that. Be multi-dimensional.
And Lido stopped watching in 2005. I will say this, that it's...
Lido. Cheers to you, first of all.
Yeah, L'chaim, Lido. Please put the I in following and the no in notifications. You don't have to watch if you don't want to. We really want your following. It really helps us out. And if we can make enough money to watch AEW, that'd be great. We're only 15 viewers away from affiliate, and we can start getting some subscribers. I mean, that'd be dope, right? You want that for us, right? Look at us. I would say this is, let's see, whenever WrestleMania 20 ended, when I stopped, I will agree with your sentiment. I don't think it'd be easy to argue that Brock is bad. I think when Brock shows up, like Kevlar said, when Brock shows up, he shows the fuck up and he proves that he is a top talent. He really is capable of putting on those amazing shows, put on a great psychology. Watching Brock and Finn at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Royal Rumble and him and AJ at Survivor Series.
And then Daniel
Great
Bryan
matches,
and him
yeah.
Survivor Series. Absolute edge of my seat. Oh my God, this is going to happen. This is crazy.
And there was nothing on the line. Well,
Nothing on the line.
when Finn was fighting, there was something on the line, but it got you interested.
Somebody posted on Reddit that they think Brock's the best of big guy seller, and I agree. Because when, like, he is a beast, but when it's something like Finn and he's getting hurt, he shows it and it looks
Oh, yeah.
good.
Whereas,
Like
remember when he
Braun Strowman-
fell? He went to go put him up in the F5 and he's like, can't fucking do it.
Yeah.
He fell over. And then he had to come up with the Kimura clutch to get out of it. Fucking brilliant, man.
Versus, like, Braun, where it's like, oh, I'm hurt, and then, oh, I'm good. It's like, well,
Yeah, I'm hurting good. I'm hurting good. Yeah.
I'm hurting good.
And Brock was amazing in selling the side. This would hurt
Well-
my side. This
well,
wouldn't hurt my arm. You
It's
know what I mean?
it's because he went into the table, the corner of the table.
Stop, dude.
Because he went into the corner of the table? Jesus,
Well, that's what I mean.
Siri.
Like, but that's what just it is. He had a particular point of damage that he focused on. So when he did moves that would affect that group of muscles, he reacted negatively to that. Where other people don't know how to sell that way. They go, "Oh, I'm hurting. Oh, I'm hurting. Oh, I do a thing and then I fall and then I hold that side." Brock, I think, is more intentional than that. I think he's like, if I did this, it would stretch this out, so this would hurt. So now I gotta fall, right? Like, I think that he's more intentional as far as like the location of the damage that he took.
Well, cheers to Chell Sailor.
Chell Sailor and to Liddell.
Aw.
He's a
Thank you.
But
baby sister.
I think I would be hard to argue Brock out of a top 5 if you asked.
If he's willing to work, yes.
Yeah, but I think the average fan does really like Brock because of the name power, the MMA background, the longevity.
Same reason that they like Ronda.
Same reason they like Ronda. I think the average fan would watch because Brock is
Brock.
He's Brock.
That's it.
Man.
Yeah. Brock is Brock. Ronda is Ronda. Average fans get the ESPN highlight.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And they get that. Where the average fan, to be honest, it's who's Bobby Roode? Well, dude's been in the industry for fucking...
Robert Roode.
Robert Roode. Who the fuck is Robert Roode? You know what I mean? Who the fuck's the club? Who the fuck is Finn Balor? If you aren't paying attention and following along, you don't know who these dudes are. You don't know that they're the best out there.
There's got to be a spectacle to it.
But I would say that the average fan knows Brock Lesnar and knows to respect that motherfucker. Push that gown down the stairs. Oh, come on, man.
That was awesome.
Come on,
That
man.
was amazing.
So we're gonna wrap this up.
The wrong one-legged wrestler.
It was the right. That was the right one-legged race.
Yeah.
Rick Rude's also in their top 5. I think so far it sounds like you're building a pretty good top 5. I'm not gonna lie.
Rick Rude's solid.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Tugboat.
Yeah. We can throw a little tugboat in there, a little Shockmaster. After that, we got the Firefly Funhouse showed again, and then we had the it was the tag match. It was the Shane tag match. I just put Roman and Truth. That's all I put it for the end. But that was
the
Roman and
tag.
Truth versus Shane and Elias. And it was okay match from what I remember. Not bad.
I didn't like it.
I think the ending of it all was better than the match of it all. I think it was funny because we were watching. I was kind of dozing. I'd only slept 3 hours the night before, and I was like, "Ooh." And
It's
ultimately,
because Raw puts you to sleep like that.
Yeah,
So then SmackDown hangover.
it's a SmackDown hangover. And then Roman goes out, and as soon as he's coming out, you know, my girlfriend, she's all like, "Do we need to watch this?" And I was like, "Well, I can tell you what's going to happen with it, whether or not we watch it." And I was right.
Yeah.
But like. So they come out, they do their match, and then after the match, Roman pinned Elias for the 24/7 championship, which the rules will be back on the minute the match is over, second match is over, whatever.
So he speared him again.
So he spears him again, throws Truth on top of him, and says, "Here's your title back."
Well, no, Truth crawled over, and Sierra was watching, and she's like, "Seriously?"
Really?
Yeah, and she's like, Truth is like. And they counted 3, and Sierra's like, "That's how he's gonna win." And I was like, "Yeah,
it's hard to argue.
This is WWE today. Now, then, and forever."
Yeah.
Mainly the forever part, so to speak.
Yeah.
Boop beep boop. Boop boop beep boop. Boop boop beep boop. Boop boop beep boop boop.
What the hell?
That was the Then Now Forever opening sequence.
Oh, is it? I was waiting for wild card.
I will say this though, the match ended in a way that was pretty typical. It kind of pulled away from all the annoying bit about the 24/7 rules being removed. Are they trying to make me mad, to get me visceral, to do that stuff? This kind of reminded me, no, they just don't fucking keep track. They're giving it back to Truth, but I do think Truth is the best thing for that title right now.
Yeah, but especially with Elias winning it and McIntyre kind of just stood on the side.
Yeah.
For a second there, he was kind of like, "What the fuck?" Then he was like, "Oh, remember your part." Like, "Oh, okay, good, you won it." And it was like, I was almost looking for a Claymore right after, and Shane scrambling to keep his faction alive.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I think ultimately leading into Jidao.
Yes, Vince is destroying WWE.
It's tough. Did you listen to the Dean, the John Moxley interview on Jericho's podcast? Answer me that.
Stabbing his ass with a fucking needle. That was the turning point, right?
Was it?
That's what I heard.
Is that what he said?
It was the turning point where
he wanted him to evidently do another promo that cited Roman Reigns' illness.
leukemia, yeah.
And
He said he's like
we're gonna lose
WWE will
sponsors over this.
lose sponsors, and he was like, no, I will not do that. And that was one, if not the only time he stepped up to Vince, right?
Yeah,
Because I heard the turning point was the needle in the ass. He's like, I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna make the best of it. And then it was the Roman thing where he's like, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that, this and that. And apparently,
he also evidently got paid $750 for the last Shield show.
Oh, he said 500. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jericho said he also in a prior interview, his like one of his last matches, he got paid like house show money, and
Oh, was that one on fucking Raw or SmackDown where KO put him on the
no, it was something like that. But it was
I
like,
think it was the Raw after Mania.
It was like wait, like really, but it's petty.
I haven't heard it yet. I was intending to. I listened to part of it this morning. I'm gonna restart it though. I think. I intend to listen to it probably tomorrow, when I should be working. But I'm gonna listen to it and get back to you. I don't know. I don't think Vince is intentionally ruining WWE.
I think he's
But I
thinking
think
what's
that
best for business,
he doesn't trust
and
anyone.
I don't think he trusts his people. Let's see. Just Dean Ambrose and the other men felt like they had more creative freedom. Read a story on Reddit where Vince was trying to suppress this former WWE star. They got raped. The Ashley Mazzaro stuff, where she was attacked, and he said don't say anything and all that stuff. Did you read that?
I read it, but I also there's a lot to it.
There's a lot to it. I can't speak one way or the other about it. I wasn't there, but I would believe someone who said that. But I don't know that Vince has the trust in his people the way he had the trust in them in the 90s. I think that he's gotten very comfortable. I do think he's gotten pretty old and comfortable. I don't know what that means for the company ultimately. Like we were kind of saying before, maybe in part one, is it's very possible that what we're hoping more than anything is that all of this stuff makes Vince take a look at himself and the company and maybe forces him to lean on the talent like he had to lean on them during the wars. Because I feel like what made the Monday Night Wars so great was the company relying on its talent so high.
He has done a lot of.
He's always been a little nuts. No, you can't be Vince. You can't
do this without being crazy.
Yeah, there's no fucking way, dude. You don't be this number one for this long and be this involved and not be kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
How do you have segments and then not know what a burrito is?
What?
A famous story. He evidently in a meeting didn't know what a burrito was.
What's a burrito, he asked?
Yeah, multiple times. They explained that he
delicious Mexican
never
snack.
knew what it was. There's a lot of weird stories about Vince, and he is crazy. He's done a lot of weird things, and there's a lot of rumor there too, because he's an enigma. He's a legend in this.
And I mean, what was it? We've heard more than just Bruce alone say that Vince has referred to sleep as his enemy. He doesn't like getting more than 4 hours.
And he thinks sneezing is a sign of weakness.
Sneezing is a sign of weakness.
He loves feces and like shit jokes and piss jokes.
He likes really blue collar humor.
Who doesn't?
I mean,
Come on.
pretty good stuff.
Come on. You farted like 5 times during the show.
I'll fart again, goddammit.
The WWE stars do get tested for steroids as part of their health and wellness program. Their health and wellness program was put together by the same team that put together the Olympic stuff. But we can get into some of that at a later date. But they do get tested for steroids. But I do think that hopefully with all this stuff going on in the industry, that we see a little bit of a turn in Vince's trust in other people's creative ideas. I think that's really what the company's lacking more than anything else, is the other people having their creative outlet being the WWE. Right now, it feels like it's just Vince's. I will say
they need a fresh going of things, and I thought that's what AEW was going to bring out of them.
and I hope it does.
And
it still might.
for first showing, not so much.
First showing is business as usual. You still got another 2 shows coming up of AEW. If in 3, 4, 5, 6 months' time you're still saying that, then I'll say no, they're not listening. But I think that 1 show in is not enough to make Vince say I'm not doing this right.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But it might take another 2 shows.
Yeah.
Right.
Producer's trying to get your attention.
What's the problem? Yeah. Okay, you get to let go of it. Oop, ooh. I'm about to lose the video. But I do think that with that, that brings us up to date with the current WWE product. We're going to try and figure out what day this week we're going to go ahead and really delve in a little bit deeper into StarCast.
AEW.
My experience at StarCast specifically, I know it was not the same for everyone. And AEW's Double or Nothing. With that in mind, we're also going to get Clump to smoke his first cigar.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a Cody
Peaches
Rhodes
and cream.
American Rebel. They do have a website, AmericanRebelCigars.com. I did meet Cody, Frank, and their business partner. His name eludes me right
Kaz.
now. No, Kaz is on the other one.
Kev's friend. Yeah.
Joey the Zombie King. What up, Joey King?
What up?
What up?
Cheers.
Cheers. Go ahead and put the I in follow and the no in notifications. Go ahead and be in silent follow. We do not mind. We're going to do a couple things real quick here. I'm going to give this to Kevlar.
Sweet. Pretty awesome. I'm a big Sting fan. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I was thinking of doing a loot crate for you guys from Fan Fusion and getting to. Don't give me something.
A little something from StarCast for the old Clump.
Oh, dude.
Dude, it's the Lucha Brothers.
Dude.
They're just signing shit. It's just it's no thing. And then something else for Clump. I gave you something the other week behind his back.
What was it? Dude. That is super cool. Oh my god.
That is Kenta
Kobashi, yeah.
Kobashi autographed Rob Schamberger print from him winning the GWC title.
Dude.
Nice.
I stood like 10 feet away from Kenta. No, closer. I was in front of his table. I was maybe 2 feet away from his table, from him. I didn't do the whole meet and greet deal, so I didn't get to like take a picture with him. But yeah, he was like just inches away from me, and
Nice.
it was really neat. The idea of meeting or seeing a legend that close, who may be a legend to some and not others.
Yeah. Not quite Undertaker, but fantastic.
Chell Sailor. Sexy lady.
Let's see. Vince is going to try and screw AEW or whatever it's called, just like he tried to pay UFC commentators not to show up at an event. He's a greasy SOB. I don't know the story about him paying UFC commentators not to show up, but that's kind of funny. I don't doubt that Vince is gonna, if he does feel threatened, he's gonna react. That's just I think his nature.
Yeah.
Also, Joey saying that he was reading that Vince Russo thinks AEW is in bed with Vince. We did talk about that a little earlier in the episode. There are a lot of similarities in content and a lot of nods from AEW to WWE. A lot of nods from WWE to AEW that does make it a little peculiar, a little something to look out for. And in a sense, we kind of hope that we do.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of hope that they are. If they are a little bit in bed together,
Bring
then
each other
nice.
up. You know.
Could be really good. I mean, at the same time, WWE and ECW were in bed with each other for almost the entire promotion. So.
Yeah, and a lot of people were kind of blindsided by it.
Yeah, they were not aware of that until much later. But WWE funded most of ECW for a long time. I think it could benefit both companies if they were actually in bed together. So, in a sense, I hope they are.
Yeah.
With that, I think we're
Last call.
I think we're going to go ahead and do last call. Nothing else. The fuck, dude, Clump, man.
Let's go.
God,
I'm like
we're not even done. You're out.
I want the Attitude Era again as well.
I do not want the Attitude Era. I think we could do better than that.
I want the Hardcore Championship from the Attitude Era. The bra and panty matches, as much as they were in my maturity as a man, yes, they were great, but they were also fucking terrible.
They're also really fun.
But I don't mind somebody smacking somebody and say, hey, bitch. Not to a girl, but
yeah. I think
Brock Lesnar, hey, Paul Heyman, my bitch.
and
Read my contract.
I think that's
Yeah,
where I
I'm cool
come
with
from
that.
with it, was that as much as I loved the Attitude Era for everything that it was, I think we can do better than the Attitude Era. I think we can do an Attitude Era, but include the women in a much better light. I don't think they have to be treated the way that they were.
Less concussions.
I think we can be a little bit safer. I think we can do it better this time. And I think that the guys who are running AEW don't know that. I think they know we can do it better this time. And I think that's what...
We'll see, and I think that's where we're at right now, is we're on the cusp of another Attitude Era, but a safer Attitude Era.
Yeah, a better...
a more precautious,
elevated.
like, hey, yeah. I think I think that's where we're at right now. And I think if we go in that direction, guess what? You know, high schools are going to be holding up, you know, signs at WWE events and AEW events like, hey, Sabino High School's here, you know, type of thing. And that's what I want. Like, you know, let's push each other forward and bring the product up. And
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think we can all do it. That was a thing that Brock said to Paul.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, say something stupid.
Yeah.
Hand on the mic. It was great. And I think we can get back to that kind of thing. I want to see that. I want to see the level of promos we saw in Attitude Era. And I think we have people who are capable of doing it. And I think we have people who don't trust those people to do it. And I think that's the wall we're going to need to break down more.
let them cuss a little bit. Not a whole lot. Say bitch.
You don't need to cuss. I don't think you need to cuss to have a good promo. But that's a whole other discussion. Let's see. I want all WWE stars to be given every performance-enhancing drug under the sun. More blood, 50-foot shooting star presses, swearing. I mean, it sounds good. The way you say it, it sounds good, actually.
If that's your argument, you won.
Yeah, if that's where you're coming from.
Rhino with a real fucking rhino.
Yeah. But I do thank you all for tuning in when you did and for however long you did. I will say that we do have more stuff here. We do got stuff on YouTube if you look up Wrestling on the Rocks. We don't have a great URL yet because we don't have 100 subscribers yet.
Out. Get there.
So give us a little subscribe on YouTube if you can track us down. There should be a link in our Wrestling on the Rocks bio to our YouTube. I will say if you could pop up the little, put the I in following, put the little heart there, that'd be great for us. We're really close to becoming affiliate and maybe doing this as our love and our passion for all of you for eternity would be nice.
And let's convince him to shave his nasty stash. Producer would love that.
What? What are you talking about?
The Jake the Snake flavor saver.
That's the old Jake the Snake right there. I look like Jake the Snake.
It tickles the children you assault.
DDT.
I look like a young, fat, swollen Jake the Snake.
That's
if
how you
Jake
do.
the Snake
Jake
went to
the
the
Cake Roberts.
It's Jake the Cake Roberts, dude. Dude, if Jake went to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory and ate a fucking gumball.
A gumball.
This guy, yeah, it turned into a blueberry.
That's the everlasting gobstopper.
Yeah, gobstopper. That's what I said.
Gobstopper DDT.
The gobstopping DDT, dude. Lindo likes the stash. What up? What up?
Lindo, you're invalid.
Lindo likes the mustachio. The old magician
Don't hit
stash,
the
dude.
follow button, Lindo.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Just kidding.
Put,
We don't
put
need-
I in
Cheers.
following and no in notifications. You don't gotta watch if you don't want to.
Leave him and his stash.
See, everyone's supporting the march.
Hey,
No.
I expect better of you.
Everyone calls it right down the middle. Right down the middle.
Pretty lady, I expect better of you. God
Pretty
damn.
lady.
No one expects better of you, Clump.
That's fair.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We will be
Sex
back next-
offenders are sex offenders no matter what. Like an
Let's
issue.
leave it on there, guys. I'm done.
Good note to end the show on.
Last
I will
call,
say,
cheers.
Last call. Tune in next Wednesday,
Clink.
an hour after NXT. we are going to try and squeeze in a little something about the NXT TakeOver coming up this week. We're hoping it's going to be really good. I do want to talk about AEW Double or Nothing a little bit more in depth than the
Starcast
bouts that we put up together, and Starcast 2. If you're interested in buying tickets for Starcast 3, I'd say wait. But tune in next week. Give us a like and a follow or whatever you got.
Love ya.
CM Punk. Thank you guys so much. We out.
See.
Cheers. Let's go.